Hello. Happy Friday if you are watching this live, and happy whatever day it is, whenever you come to this, if you're watching it live. So what I'd like to do today is introduce the third stream on this channel, which I intend to have a monthly cadence. If I can, I'll show up a bit more often, but there's actually quite a lot of resources already built, already available, that if you are into this asking better questions thing, you can follow some links below and go check out. So I'm someone who's deeply curious. One could say I'm an inquisitive kind of guy, and to an extent, asking questions comes easily. Not necessarily helpful questions though, hence the need to focus on being better questions and asking better questions. So what I'd like to invite you to do is basically, follow this playlist. If you want to come in live, ask some questions in a questioning theme, you're very welcome to. There's also like an articles list in our Medium channel. I'll add the link in below, and on the 4i Leadership website, about what has been our initial program, a year of better questions. So every week since January this year, I've been posting a question in social and seeing what interaction there is there. And some of these questions are to be applied to self. Some of them are to be explored in a group context with your team, perhaps. Others are around change, how you start making it and how you sustain it. And then others are more systemic. How do you ask a question that allows you to consider how you interact with the world and hopefully try to make the world better? Or how can you extend your influence beyond self and a group into the broader system of an organization or a community or a culture or a society and the world? And some would say even the universe beyond. So that's what Better Questions is all about, right? So it starts with you. So question, I'm going to read some of the questions from the Medium site here. Question that you might ask yourself: what's mine to do? What is really the scope and the shape and the form of my role here? Where is my permissive boundary beyond which I need to ask, is it okay for me to go or say or do more? Another one: how do I continue to see the gap between things, such as the gap between my intentions and the consequences of my actions? That to me is like the gap that if everybody paid a lot more attention to, we'd get a lot more done and we get better things done. I think there's a lot of unintended consequence that then people have to wrestle with, and it distracts them from what they really want to be doing and softens or distills or almost disperses the impact people could have. Another one, what has to be true for this to be right? If this is the approach that I deem is right to take right now, coming here, being live, what has to be true for this to be right? What has to be true that this channel is going to help you, is going to create some value at some point in time? Not necessarily right here now, this Friday afternoon as I create this video, but at some point in time. Otherwise, what is the point of doing it? I'm just monologuing, and I might as well do that in my own head. It has to be true that YouTube is a valid entity and is going to continue. Otherwise, I should use Vimeo or some other private platform, right? I love this one. What can you compress so that you can expand? What do you need to do less of so that you can do more of something else? So these are just a few examples. And like I said, this has been going on for, at this point in time, 9 months. So there's a lot to dig into. So what I'm going to do is monthly, I'm going to review the questions that I've posed in the weeks prior, examine some of the responses, some of the thoughts that have come back out of social, and And as this builds, and if we're getting some interaction and some watches and some questions coming, we might even do some live Q&A, and I'll try and post the schedule for the live event in advance so that you can rock up and at least pose a question. If not, come and have a yarn and ask me a question that you're holding. So that is, in short, the premise of Ask Better Questions. I'll see you in the next one in early November. And in the meantime, if you want to drop me a note or anything like that, please add it in here and I'll see that notification and I'll come back and interact with you in the meantime. Until the next one, keep asking those questions.